The Delta is the hub of the state's water system. It spans more than 600,000 acres. Water from the rivers and mountains of Northern California must pass through it to reach the people and economy of Southern California. In the summer of 2016, the Metropolitan Water District made an investment in the future of this Northern California water supply from the Sacramento-San Joaquin Bay Delta, which serves millions of Southern Californians. Metropolitan purchased more than 20,000 acres of property on 5 islands in the Delta. These lands present an exceptional opportunity. By owning land in the heart of the Delta, Metropolitan can help to achieve California's co-equal goals, which are to provide reliable water supplies and restore the ecological health of the Delta. Each island has its own identity, and each island presents its own opportunity in helping to fix the Delta, from habitat restoration to blocking saltwater intrusion with improved levees. Like the rest of the Delta, farming is the dominant activity on most of these islands. The lands remain under lease to farmers, big and small. Let's take a closer look at each of the islands and the opportunities there. Bolden Island is the largest of the islands at about 6,000 acres. It is crossed by the major east-west artery through the Delta, Highway 12, making it among the more accessible of the islands. Historically, it has been farmed, producing a variety of crops that today are mainly corn and alfalfa. Both grow well in the Delta, and both have important wildlife values. Fields that grow corn and alfalfa in the summer are wonderful foraging grounds for bird species as the lands lay dormant in the winter. When harvested, cornfields are flooded. Alfalfa typically are not flooded, with a few inches of water. They are ideal habitat for sandhill cranes, ducks, and other waterfowl species. So Bolden has become a draw for birdwatching and duck hunting. The centrally located island is situated on a freshwater pathway that runs north-south through the Delta. It is one of the western islands of the Delta that create an important hydraulic barrier to prevent seawater intrusion from entering the Delta and protecting water quality. Bolden Island is in line with a tunnel alignment proposed as part of the California Water Fix modernization project of the region's water delivery system. It could serve as a potential centralized access point and staging site for materials and equipment if the project moves forward. The next island is known as Webb Tract, measuring nearly 5,500 acres. About 4,000 acres are used to grow corn. The remote island is not accessible by roadway. Webb Tract has 1 ferry landing and 2 boat docks. There are only a handful of structures on the property. Webb Tract is one of the 8 western islands of critical importance to protecting the Delta from seawater intrusion. There is more wildlife on this island than any of the others. As a result of significant flooding in the 1950s and 1980s, riparian ponds were created. The island welcomes ducks, geese, swans, sandhill cranes, hawks, and owls that are attracted by the ponds and the crop fields occasionally fallowed and shallowly flooded to attract waterfowl. And there is an active duck club, non-commercial, on the island. Metropolitan owns 3,000 of Holland Tract's 4,060 acres. A group of private and public entities make up the balance of landowners who currently grow corn and maintain pasture for cattle grazing. A county bridge allows travel to the island by car, and there is 1 boat dock. The island's close proximity to population centers like the communities of Brentwood, Knightson, and Oakley bring additional oversight responsibilities, such as dust and mosquito control, security, and traffic. In the center of the island is a privately owned duck club, not owned by Metropolitan. A 1980 flood created a lake that now has abundant fish and wildlife populations. There are 9 structures on the island. About half are occupied. Like Webb Tract, Holland is considered strategically located in the delta to help prevent the influx of seawater into the freshwater corridor. Bacon Island, adjacent to Bolden, is located on the freshwater corridor that runs north and south through the delta. It is also in line with the proposed tunnel plans to move water through the region. For more than 30 years, a family-ran operation has farmed nearly 4,900 acres of Bacon Island's 5,600 acres. Over time, D&L Farms has grown a variety of crops. They started at 200 acres and now farm the entire island property with crops that are consistent with the rich, organic soil of the island. This includes corn, alfalfa, wheat, oats, rice, tomatoes, and sunflower seeds. There are 2 county bridges leading on and off the island and a county road. Workers commute to the island when needed. There are about 65 buildings on the island, used primarily for equipment and material storage and repair, office space, and some housing for company personnel. Finally, Metropolitan owns the western corner of 243-acre Chips Island, the westernmost island in the delta. Located downstream of where the San Joaquin and Sacramento rivers converge, Chips Island is completely undeveloped, yet full of potential. Because it has never been farmed, it has not subsided and resides just above sea level, rather than below sea level like most delta islands. It is perfectly located for tidal wetlands restoration and has prime conditions to provide food and shelter for migrating salmon and the endangered delta smelt. It is not accessible by land. The role of each of these islands in shaping the future of the delta is still under review, but there are many opportunities. Scientists, policymakers, environmentalists, and community members are being invited to jointly work toward a solution that provides a reliable water supply, a restored ecosystem, improved water quality, and strategies to deal with the impacts of climate change. Whatever the answers, Metropolitan Water District is committed to being an active partner and a good neighbor. The delta may be hundreds of miles away, but it is closer to the heart of Southern California than many realize. And we all have a vested interest in its future.